I ordered a part to repair a riding lawnmower that I have, and I wanted to be able to do it, within a couple days because I had classes lined up for the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so I wanted to be able to do it over the weekend. So I ordered this on like a Thursday, I believe it was, and it showed I was supposed to get the part the next day, being I have Amazon Prime. So I expected it to be delivered like on Friday, which didn't happen. And then they promised me like 3 different times. That'd be between 4 o'clock, 4:15 or something, and 7:15. And then it went on to another time. And then it says, well, it's still coming today, even at about 9 o'clock. And then they'd sent me a thing says, oh, well, it'll be here on the 28th, which is supposed to be in there on the 27th. So I contacted customer service and they said, well, yeah, it's not right that you're not receiving what you paid for Prime, and that was supposed to be delivered. And it showed it got sent back to the hub where it went out from at about 9 or 11, whatever it was that morning. It would return it to the hub, and then they just like it got lost and sat there because it showed it stayed in Elkhart, Indiana, the rest of the whole time till October 4th when they quit providing me any kind of tracking. So I never received it. I ended up canceling the order, and this was after I got back from, right before I went to my classes and stuff. I decided, well, I wasn't getting it, couldn't do the repair. So I ordered it on eBay and received it in a couple days and have put the part on. And then yesterday was supposed to be the last day for a refund on it, which I'd asked for a refund, and they hadn't refunded me, so I called them. So then when I called them, they finally did process the refund, and now it's posted, and I've got my refund. But it looked like they weren't even going to refund that. And so they offered me an extra month of Prime, which I thought, well, that sounds like a nice solution. But now after the way they handled it, never even saw that I got the product. I don't think, their Prime's worth anything if they don't fulfill their promises of saying what they're going to do. So now I'm looking at canceling Prime because I can get the same thing for the same price with free delivery most of the time on eBay. So why should I pay for their Prime with the false promises and hopes that they give people, which it used to be okay years ago. I would order, I would get it, and it was seemed to be pretty consistent that I could count on it, but not anymore. It's easy if you want to use their robot or AI service, which just takes you in circles and you can't really talk to a live person. And it just kind of gives you generic answers that don't solve anything, especially for delivery issues. So I had to do some really scouting around to try to even find a number to call them to talk to a live person, which looked like it was in Washington. The number was 4 that I called. And then the person I talked to seemed emphatic, had some empathy toward, well, yeah, this isn't right. You paid for something and you're not getting what you paid for. And so offered me the 1 month additional service of Prime and apologize, that this has happened and that this isn't the way they want to do business, and assured me of that, But then there was no follow through on delivering the product, About a week later when I had to cancel an order from eBay when it was supposed to be the next day, and that's definitely not acceptable when the thing's only about 20 miles away to the hub from my house over in Elkhart. I just did get the refund yesterday. They finally processed the refund online, and it said wait 3 to 5 days. And then it was still pretty well into day 5, and nothing had happened. And it was showing me from looking online with their bot service and stuff, it kept showing, well, it gave me the impression, well, we're waiting for it to be returned. And I sent messages saying, well, how can I return an item that you never delivered? So it led me to believe, okay, at this point, I'll never see a refund. So then that's when I reached out again to customer service and called that number that I called the first time to get it processed. Because I've seen others, a lot of other people have been posting and venting a lot of their frustration with Amazon and saying how the same way with me, that it used to be a reliable company, but no longer is. And it's like all they're trying to do is hook people and lead them to believe that they're getting a service that they don't end up getting.